start telling them, if you were to change one thing, what would that be? And Tim Grover, I was at his meeting this last weekend. If you haven't read Relentless or Winning, those two books are those are must reads. How many of you have read those, either of those books? Okay, I'm not a reader, I like to listen to audios. I can't put Tim Grover's stuff down. And he said, everybody's talking about chasing greatness. He says, how about mastering average? Like, how about average? How about just be good enough to just be here and not have to have a job? So I want you all to understand, the step one is average. Step one is learning the basics so that you don't have a job anymore. I love your talk because you've got to come up with a strategy. How many people wanted to go full time? Almost everybody's hands went up. But are you really going to go back and put together the plan to get good enough at the basics so that you don't have to go to work anymore? And that's the decision that you've got to make. And every single day that you're working for somebody else, that much time, a compounding effect of taking. I'm 43 years here. The money we're getting paid today is absolutely been determined based on the work I did 20 and 30 years ago. What's happening now, when I look at the Jennison hierarchy and the Lejeune hierarchy, I'm just going to use that hierarchy, the explosive growth, the amount of business they do, they do 400,000 to 500,000 a month in premium. That all started in 1994. That started in 1994 with me working with Hubert, and then with Charlotte, Gene, and that group, and then from there, that creates, I don't know how much income that generates for our family, but it started in 94. What are you doing today that's going to compound out in your life so that 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, you're completely free, and it's all when we talk about massive passive income, and it sounds like a nice statement, massive passive income. How many of you like the idea of massive passive income? Well, the massive passive income that happens way later from the work you're doing now. Not only from the business you're building, but the money you're saving and investing. And I will promise you, you cannot explode your business and really go to the next level without full-time people. It cannot happen. You got to find your foxhole buddy. Harvey spoke about it. Your foxhole buddy, and really, these folks that are going to be coming up right now, they're the best of the best in this event. And you should listen to everything. We're going to ask them for tips and ideas, and I'm just telling you all, it's so worth fighting the fight, figuring out how to get the distractions out of your life so that you can get zeroed in on on winning here. People need what we do. The need's never going to be bigger than it is. The only difference between you and somebody that's winning big is your personal effort, focus, and discipline to get the job done. And everybody, and I love what Harvey said, everybody's got distractions. But some of you, there's one distraction after another distraction after another. It's mind-boggling how many distractions any one person can have in their life. I can promise you, don't take this all wrong, but I can promise you, every one of us are going to have people in our lives who pass away and die. We're all going to have them. And it's going to be awful. But how long are you going to, would they want you to wallow in that misery for months? You don't need to have anniversaries of deaths. How about if we create something great for the future, for our kids and our family, so that when we aren't here, they can at least look back and the paychecks are still coming in. When we're gone, when Patty and I are gone, the 100,000 or 200,000 a month that'll be coming in to Zach and Sophie, it's just going to come in. Now, I don't know how much, what they'll do with it. My son is totally in the business, totally engaged, totally fired up, right? I don't know what they'll do with it, but I got grandkids that'll maybe have to decide what to do with it. But I will know that we made a difference, because it's the one place in the world that you can go and you can train and develop other people, and they don't have to leave to go get their own thing. They get to stay here. They get their own. You get your own thing and you stay. And when you override people that own their businesses, like a Patrick Frederick who owns his business, where do people own their business go? They own it. They're not going anywhere. So when you override owners, there's a great audio out there that Ian did called Overrides and Ownership. You should find that. We want everybody to listen to that, because there's very few, it doesn't matter how much time you have or how much money you have. Most people don't have both. And here you have that chance. So I'm excited to see you guys a little later on that.
Thank you. We're going to introduce